Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Taurus. If Taurus is your solar, lunar, ascendant/rising sign, then this is a message for you. Okay, let's get started. Right, knock, 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 and let's see, what do these tea leaves have to say? What do they have to say? All right. So our card tonight is the Adjustment/Justice card. And this has to do with a call to deep will, being responsible, boring. No. Self-assured, self-made, really, Well, we have an interesting face right here. Let's see. We've had some faces lately. This one looks like almost kind of an alien, like a gray kind of, the big eyes and maybe a short haircut, like a cropped haircut, and kind of a beard maybe. And I see it kind of, the mouth almost looks like it's made of cats, two cats. And so what does that mean? It's in that emotional zone. And you'll have to forgive me. I'm trying to readjust this thing back here. Okay. And so two cats' mouths. Interesting. And it's right next to a like a bowl, maybe, I was gonna say a water buffalo maybe, but I think a bull. We are reading for Taurus. So okay. Although this will be cut up, I will just say, well, I just had to stop, splice this together, had a little bit of a set failure there. Of course, it's the last reading of the night, so something has to kind of go haywire. Okay, so we have this interesting being. It looks, I mean, goodness, it has cats for mouths, big eyes, looks like a gray alien kind of. It's in this emotional zone. I feel like this could be, well, I mean, it feels like some kind of spirit surrounding your life. Within your life, maybe a visitation, a visitor, a transient spirit. And these are, transient spirits are, or intelligences. These are kind of wandering spirits that they don't necessarily, like, you know, make root in your life, but they're kind of out there, and we encounter them maybe in kind of public communal places, in natural places, maybe you know, I mean, in astral dreamscapes. I mean, it's just wherever. And they can cling on to you and kind of ride home with you, right? And so I look at this, it feels potent to me. It feels very familiar. And so with the cats has mouths, I feel like almost like a screeching. It's almost like something as I said that, a fly just just flew into my head and buzzed my ear. It like a screeching, just almost like a terrible sound in the night, right? Something, have you ever heard recordings, or in real life maybe, the sound of bobcats? It almost sounds like a woman screaming. If you've never heard it, go look up after you're done watching this. Watch the whole reading. But then come back and go look up, or no, don't come back. Watch the whole reading. Then go look up this sound. The sound of bobcats screeching. They are terrifying. But I almost kind of feel like this. It seems very startling. I don't know why they're there though. I see it with the Taurus symbol, so I don't know, it has like a familiar feeling. I'm very interested if any of you connect with this, if any of you feel like you know who this person or this intelligence is, if you've had any visitations, if it maybe looks like somebody you know or have known in real life, but it feels like almost like watching, like a watcher. And I think because with the big eyes, it reminds me of the kind of trope within ufology of the gray aliens masking their identities in people's memories as owls. So sometimes people will have, you know, missed time or whatever, and then they'll start to recall some of their memories, but they'll see an owl before they have an encounter with an alien or an abduction kind of situation or whatever. And the owl is kind of like this thing that they plant in their mind, or maybe the owls are aliens, I don't know. But the owl for me and my own, and probably more widely as well in mythology and symbolism for other people, but the owl is the watcher. This is something that when I see it in the bull, when I see owls, which is not uncommon, this is a posture of silently watching, okay, or being watched. A lot of times by the divine or supernatural, but it can also be somebody in your life who is watching you, or you know, God forbid, like somebody stalking or something like that. So you know, I don't know exactly what this is, but it feels ominous to me a bit. Okay, and I even see up here we have this kind of face. It's what I would call, well, up here is like kind of the same face. It's just double, like 1, 2, and then this, and then up here it looks like the eyes and the mouth as well. So we just have like a double stack of just kind of stone face. Not exactly well-received energy, okay? So in a situation like this, I would say cleanse yourself spiritually, cleanse your home, clean it up, get rid of, you know, clutter, open the windows if you can, get some fresh air in there, and you know, literally clean, but also, you know, do some spiritual, whatever you do for a spiritual cleansing, do that within your home. Get the energies, stale, kind of stuck, blocked energies. Will you go? My goodness. These flies this year have been, thankfully haven't had too many in the house, but because the doors were open and stuff, it's cooler, so we've had doors open, and they just helped themselves right in, didn't they? They did. Okay, let's see, what do we got on this side? Well, now this kind of turns into a fish, okay, 2 fish actually, and it looks like a person who is like kind of pulling up the reel, okay, so probably unrelated, but you know, as we can see, it's the same formation turned, so sometimes it's kind of a deeper detail about the original symbol we saw. Sometimes you turn it, it's a completely different symbol. This case, I think different thing. We are having some abundance, success, 2 big fish being caught, which is wonderful. I think that you're, you know, doing well. I think you've been doing well, you know, really finding kind of your stride. You've been making some resources, some money, you know, living a happy life for the most part, I think, and you know, not necessarily super concerned in these areas, although I do think with all this kind of clutteriness, there is a sense of unease, anxiety, and I believe what that has to do is that your routine, you're having a problem within your routine. It feels like it's getting kind of monotonous for you. I think that, you know, Taurus people, from my interactions with them, from, you know, my experience of knowing some very well, is that you're good at routine for a while, a routine for a while. Once it starts to feel oppressive, boring, stale, it really affects your psyche. I think that it really makes you feel trapped. It will definitely, it's hard for you to push yourself through if things are always the same, okay? So, you know, there's a pretty easy fix to this. It's not abandoning your life. Sorry, don't do that. Don't, you know, get in an RV and take off, you know, or whatever, unless that's what you want to do, of course. But I think that there are easy ways to fix these feelings of kind of feeling stuck in your own life, because we all kind of get there. You know, it's hard to do the same things, knowing some people thrive, okay, with that. Okay, I definitely, you know, like maybe like a Capricorn or somebody like that, knowing what is next all the time, having a plan, doing what's that thing, meal prepping, those kinds of, that is such a cool idea. I could not do it. I could not. I can't. Just, I need to be like spontaneous. I follow my passions about what meals I'm gonna cook, right? I can't imagine knowing what I'm gonna have to eat in like 5 days. I mean, generally, yes, I do meal plan because I have to buy groceries, you know, but having already cooked it and put it away, and it was all ready, and I just had to heat it up. That would, I don't know, something about that makes me feel, just thinking about it makes me feel trapped. But some people really excel living that way. I mean, their lives are optimized. They are, you know, very efficient in all the things that, or a lot of things that they do. I feel like Taurus, you are not unlike me. You need more spontaneous things. You need excitement. And so you know, minor adjustments. I think just changing small parts of your routine, going a different way to work, using a different gas station, going to a different grocery store. You know, I'm just thinking of things that I could do, but you know, I don't know, like throwing in a different day, like making a different day, like your you know, whatever you do, if you have personal time. For some reason I keep thinking of going to a different park or making your park. Yeah, I have a kid, so you know, I'm like, oh, let's change up our routine, go to some different parks. That's very mom, I know. But yeah, just doing simple things like changing where you're going, what you're seeing, different times of the day. Okay. You'd be amazed at the difference between, I'm sure that you know, but as the mother, again, going to the grocery store at 9 o'clock in the morning on a Tuesday is a lot different than going to the grocery store at, you know, 5 o'clock when everybody's getting off of work on a Tuesday and they're going to grab stuff. It's a completely different experience. So just shifting where you can, where you go at different times. Try it out. See if it changes anything. You're seeing different people, different things. The world seems a little different. I see this person kind of just, well, it looks like they're very intentionally moving. And it looks like they have some kind of tool in their hand. And I just feel like I feel like this is so kind of cheesy, but it feels like it's like a shaver, you know, to like shave your head, and a clippers, that's what they're called. And so I feel like this is cheesy of me, but yeah, just kind of shaving some things out of your life, trimming down your life a little bit, getting rid of some things or a thing that is not a huge priority. Okay, giving yourself a little bit more room. Okay, I think that, you know, something that kind of comes up for me looking at this is maybe, and I see two people kind of holding on to something equally, is maybe working on finding more balance domestically. Maybe within your home you're doing a lot more. Maybe you are a parent, you have children that do chores, you know, you have roommates, you have family living with you, whatever it is, and you're trying to figure out how to get people on board, so you are having more help. And I think that a lot of this anxiety that you have going on, not anxiety, but just feeling, you know, just kind of going through the process of things, and every day it feels like you're doing wiping down the counters and putting the stuff in the trash and taking the trash bag out, taking it out to the garbage, you know, doing the laundry, getting the kids ready for bed, whatever it is. We all have to do these things, but sometimes, you know, if possible, maybe we can switch some of the chores. Maybe we can get those kids to take the trash out, get those kids to do some of the laundry, whatever, you know, whatever you can do. Maybe if you you know, are blessed enough, give yourself a little bit of a gift and have somebody come and clean once a month or whatever. You know, I don't know, just an idea. That's kind of a dream. I don't even know what that would be like, but You know, something like that. That's, again, another mom thing. Maybe one day I could have somebody come and help me clean my house a little bit. But yeah, so let's see. What else do we have here? We have, again, with the Taurus, and this is the same one, but kind of over on the other side, and it looks like there is something kind of touching the horn. I feel like speaking a blessing into the ear of, maybe helping you steer away from whatever that spirit is that's kind of coming through your life. That was weird. I've had some really strange faces in my readings lately. I feel like we've had some strong visitations, and I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe it's the time of year. I don't know, but it's been a lot. And I feel like partially, and this is true, I've talked to my husband about this as well. I feel like because we do these readings and we're connecting with more people's energies, there's just a lot more coming through our lives and through to us. And so we're like trying to be more careful about, you know, containing some of those energies and stuff. And it's interesting. It really is so dramatic sometimes. The experiences, the visions and things. I see the visions more than like my husband does, but the dreams and messages that come through, it just, you know, it's very interesting. And then these kinds of the symbols that come through in the tea, I'm just like completely taken aback sometimes. But so we have the bull, okay, having some kind of prayer, blessing, kind of a blessing on your head, right? And then the bull kind of holding on to this, I would say it is a crescent ship, okay? So I think getting in there, we also have a person, it looks like already kind of sitting all kind of bundled up, nice and cozy, getting ready for a departure from these old things that are kind of feeling, you know, old, stale. And I think getting into a more open, dreamy, spiritual place. I think that is, you know, just a few adjustments. It really does not take that much to feel like your life is so much, you know, it just feels different. I am all about setting like an atmosphere in my life. You know, I have certain ways depending on where the light's at outside. You know, is it raining? Is it dark? How I like my windows, how I like the curtains, how the house smells, what kind of, you know, what the temperature, all of this is like, I think about these things because I really like how my mood, you know, interacts with the vibes. And so I think it's important to remind ourselves that just with minor things, we can change how we feel. I mean, maybe not drastically, but it is true. I mean, if you go into, you know, a restaurant or something and it has like a real vibe, you know, you're transported. And then especially if the food is good and goes with the vibe, it's like a whole experience. This is the same as temples, churches, you know, art, like museums, when we go to shows and concerts. You know, you don't have to wait to go to places to experience a strong vibe like that. You can set your own sacred space up in your home. Even if, you know, and listen, when I was younger especially, I was like always so broke. So I would just buy like cheap tapestries, just like the most plain looking ones. I'd set my like living room up like it looked like a tent, like some kind of you know, I don't know, just it was very a lot of different textures and textiles, and I'd buy like pieces of fabric, like the cheap discounted ends of a roll at like the fabric store, and just kind of, you know, make tablecloths and add different layers, and it just, you know, it doesn't have to be super expensive. Also garage sailing, I'm all about that life, and repurposing things and using a lot of natural materials to make you know, magical objects and sacred objects and all of that. And yeah, I mean, it doesn't take a lot to set a vibe. It really does not. And the nice thing is that you can change it, you know, as you, with the seasons, how you feel, you know, but also apply this to where we're going, what we're experiencing, just changing little things maybe add so much more. When we do the same things every day, we forget how big the world is, how little the world is, the duality there, but how accessible things could really be for us. You know, even if you just listen, there were times where I didn't even have a car, and I would just walk different ways, you know, take a different street or whatever. You know, it does not, whatever you have or don't have, it's not limited to that. What we really have to focus on is changing our perception, the eyes with which we see through, right? The lenses with which we see through. That will change your whole experience in life. It really will. So this is kind of, you know, coming into that magician space. Be your own world creator. Okay, so we have a little heart here, and let's see, what else do we have? We have a little heart. We have, I mean, it just seems like things are, you know, peacefully kind of stacked up. Everything is kind of just where it should be at the moment. And I think that, you know, you have such an understanding of like where you want to go, what you maybe are really, what really brings you love and passion, enjoyment, you know, motivation. And, you know, we don't have to always live lives that are in opposition of that just to be successful. I think that that's kind of been conditioned into us, and that you just kind of do the thing, you spend your life, you know, sacrificing so much of yourself to make money, to survive, and it's a vicious cycle. And yeah, we have to make money, we have to, you know, find a way to live. We have to, you know, find resources of some kind. It doesn't have to be, I'm not gonna say, you know, whatever, but there's so much room to also be doing the things that are important to you. Okay. And you know, that we have to make it worth it, right? Nobody's going to hand that to us. They just won't. Like, nobody's coming to save any of us. And that's just the truth. So we have to save ourselves, and we have to do that by, you know, giving ourselves the space, the permission, and, you know, really going just beyond the idea of and actually doing it, to follow those instincts, those passions, those things that, you know, make the world a magical place again. All right. That's my little spiel about that. All right. So we're going to go ahead and look at the water blessing affirmation cards. Okay. And I'm just going to go ahead and quickly, before this camera overheats, we're going to do this. We have a beautiful little temple here. Gonna go ahead and turn this. It says, sacred body, you are a divine temple of truth and healing water. You are. So live like you are. Okay. Honor thyself. Yes. I want to tell you I love you. I respect you. I honor you. And I do. I really do. And I appreciate the time that you spend with me. It is, you know, no little thing. So, I thank you. And, you know, if you want to like the video, I would appreciate that. If you haven't subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. And other than that, please leave a comment. I want to hear from you. I love hearing from each and every one of you. You make this channel what it is, and keep me wanting to make these videos. And yeah. All right. We'll talk again in just a few days. Thank you, thank you, thank you.